Scarpins Avenue.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Bender, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you.
Population Skinner.
Eliza Skinner.
Hi.
Oh my God, we're so upbeat. Why are we so upbeat in this world, in this dystopian world?
It's that or completely prone, just like lying flat and barely breathing.
Yes.
I got two settings now.
That's it. So I'm glad you switched on to the super upbeat part because
Of course.
I do think this podcast does kind of, it gets you thinking about stuff that doesn't have to do with the stuff we normally think of on a regular basis. And that's what we hope to do with this podcast is give people that moment, that hour to recharge.
Wait, I have a question for you before we dig into stories, because I followed your, was it an Instagram story post or something about your drunk neighbor
Oh, yeah.
who was singing at 5
Well,
in the
wait,
morning?
is it so crazy? Is it a really crazy story? Because if it is, you might be able to tell us. Is it a Dumb People Town type story?
I mean, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, let's hold it. See,
All right.
This is how we do good radio. We're teasing that you're going to tell us this story in the third segment, and we'll listen to it. And if it's full enough to be a story, then that's going to be the
Well,
story.
I was definitely enwrapped. And so let's hold that out for the third story.
Eliza Skinner experiencing Dumb People Town stuff in her life, and she's got two awesome projects that we'll talk about in the second segment of the show. But do we think the world's getting dumber in the pandemic or no?
Yes. I think the world is unraveling. Like
Yes.
everybody, every person I know, like whatever option of unraveling they had, they're taking it.
Yeah, I'll take the
going
unravel
down,
pill.
going up, side to side.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
Catty corner.
everybody's like, blah.
When you say
yeah.
going up, you're referring to David Blaine floating up over the Arizona desert, right?
Yes, living inside of a glass cube,
Yeah, is that
wherever
magic?
he can park it.
No,
Is
he held on to a bunch of
He
helium.
held on to a bunch of
he
helium
upped it.
balloons and then he just parachuted down, which I'm like, is that magic?
Yeah, well, I mean, most of his stuff, I'm like, is that like even his street magic stuff? I like a magician in like a fancy suit, right,
Yeah,
with an unnecessary pocket watch. I don't like a magician
Yes.
in a stained T-shirt, like shuffling up to people, being like, "Can I show you something?"
That's what he
Can I
did. That's
like,
what he did to me.
Who would say yes?
He did that to you, Dan?
Yeah, in Carmel.
What?
Yeah, at a diner.
See, that's
He
what
wa-
I'm
he's
saying.
like- he
That's what he
walked-
does.
I've never told you guys this story.
Oh, come on, Dan. Come
Dan.
on, Dan.
So he walks in, and he's with
A camera.
No, he's with a woman, and she is wearing basically a sheer tank top.
Yeah,
with no bra.
Of course.
And-
Sexy,
right?
Sexy.
And so I look over. I'm like, that woman's breasts are exposed.
Uh-huh.
And then
That's the trick.
I'm like, is that? There's no way. And then I thought she was going to put a scarf on to cover it, and then she just
But instead, she started pulling one scarf out, and it was just more and more scarves and scarves and scarves and
I was
scarves.
like, oh,
even
she's
his
in on it.
even
Yeah.
his girlfriend
right,
has it.
Right. So
Wow!
Is this your girlfriend? Oh, it's your assistant? Okay.
so I look
That's
over.
what
I'm
you
like,
call your
nope,
girlfriend?
she's still completely exposed, and I'm not paying any attention to the guy
David
that
Blaine,
she's with.
no.
I
But-
don't
Oh,
even.
that's perfect
nothing.
misdirection. That's
So-
what
right.
assistants are for.
So
So then-
that's what magic is all about. You train your eye to
Right.
something when something else.
So you missed
The
out.
woman who was, and no, nor should she be, but she was not. She was just showing the world what she got.
Fine.
They come and I mean, nor should she be, as in, nor should she be ashamed. Live your life.
Yeah, exactly.
She goes and they sit down like 2 tables to my right,
Uh-huh.
and they sit there. I was like, man, that is early morning tits.
Yeah.
and and
Yeah. So honestly, I wake up with them and they still are just too much for mornings.
Too much.
It's a surprise.
You turn
I'm
them
like,
on.
call me in at like 11 o'clock.
Right,
Tits.
right.
You know?
right. Like
You turn them on at 11. Is that right?
yeah.
That's for energy purposes. She's trying to save energy
Right.
for the.
I'm not used to a diner boob.
Yeah.
No,
So-
that early?
So it's the top,
no.
and then I notice out of the corner of my eye, the guy like gets up. And then he starts like walking over to me. And I'm like, oh shit, this dude like saw me look
see
at
her,
breasts,
and I'm done.
and now he's gonna like say like I'm not in the mood for this.
Yeah.
So he like walks up and I look, and his face is not angry. It's if anything, it's very like engaging, right?
buddy.
And I'm like, I think to myself, a podcast fan, comedy fan, like is this? Is there
Wow.
like a
So you
comedy
just
fan?
skipped right over a three-way invitation.
Yeah, as I have my whole life.
I just got invited to be part of a sex slave and live
Right.
under this guy's bed
Right.
for 2 years.
I mean, Diner Three-Way. That's my next album.
Dan, how long ago was this?
2 years.
No.
So,
right.
so then I'm like, oh, podcast fan. I look up and he's like, hey, and I go, hey.
Hey.
And he goes, I want you to pick a card. And then in my,
No.
I went from all of a sudden I was like, oh, you're David Blaine. But what he probably thought was,
would've never.
if you played it from his angle,
What's
he
he-
walked
what's
in
he
and was like,
thinking?
This guy's checking me out.
yes. He thinks from the jump, he's like, oh, that guy notices me.
Yeah,
He's
I
looking
better-
over
I
here.
better give him
Once
what
we
he
get
wants.
the table, I'll go over and I'll put on the show. Like, I didn't even know you were existed.
No,
and
exactly.
then he did a full-on magic trick. And of course, everybody was like losing it. And then I was driving back through Big Sur, and I'm not joking. The first 5-6 times that I stopped in Big Sur, David Blaine would also stop there. So then I kept like
No.
seeing him throughout the day.
That was the real trick.
Yeah, that he
Wouldn't leave you alone.
wouldn't leave you alone.
Right. Exactly.
My question is, does David Blaine, when he leaves the house, like, you know how we leave the house with your wallet and your keys and your cell phone, if he forgets his deck of cards, can he not go somewhere?
Right.
Yeah.
I gotta go back.
But that's every magician. Every magician.
Mhm. Where's
they
my
all
dubs?
carry cards. They're all, and it's like they're nervous. They don't need those spinners, those fidget spinners.
Fidget
They're
spinners.
cards.
No.
Deck
cards,
cards,
cards. They're
I-
just constantly cutting them, constantly
Shuffling,
like,
cutting.
gosh, I hope someone asks me about these cards.
Or I'll ask them if they don't. The thing was, is
Yeah.
when I said to him, because I was like, well, I have to get a picture of this to like promote the tour or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I go, hey, do you mind if we step outside? We'll just get a picture really quick. And he's like, no. Let's sit down at this diner together at the table, but we sit on the same side next to each other as though we've known each other for years, and then we'll have someone take the photo.
Oh my
So
God.
the photo that I have is of me and David Blaine
That's
sitting
so
right
crazy.
same siding it in a diner.
But did you say that
And
he's
it's on my
actually?
Instagram.
Did you say he's actually sitting across from me? That's how good he is.
I actually put out, I go, catch me in my new opener on tour. And I like plubbed all these dates. And then people were like, is that David Blaine?
No. Dan, you
Yeah, it's
put
in my
this.
Instagram.
It's
It's
on your
already out,
Instagram, but
yeah.
also put it on the Facebook page if
right,
you're a
cool.
Facebook.
Put it on your new album. So, all right,
Yeah.
there's crazy.
that in
Pixar,
there.
it didn't happen.
Mhm.
Is craziness abounding? Should we jump into a story?
Let's do it. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. This was sent in by Jared Miller at J Radimus, Radimu.
Thank you, Jared.
Thanks, Jared. I appreciate it. St. Augustine, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
A St. Augustine man is facing second-degree felony charge
Yep.
after he attempted to rob a Circle K
Mm-hmm.
using a note on a napkin on Friday. That is the most low-key. Also, the word attempted will play a big role into this. Like if you haven't planned enough
Yeah.
if your note's on a napkin, right?
Yeah, that's a spontaneous break-in.
Yeah,
That's
you
a-
walked in for a Code Red Mountain Dew, and halfway through the aisle,
I'll
you
just
were
do a
like,
code red.
maybe- Yeah, I might just rob this place.
You looked at the
Need some
guy.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, you looked at the guy behind the counter. You're like, I could take this.
I could take this guy with a napkin note.
Yeah.
With a
Right.
napkin note, I could take him.
Napkin note. Khalil Abdu Habib.
First of all, how do we not know this isn't like a guerrilla marketing campaign for the new Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
Have you watched it yet?
No,
No.
Circle K. Are
Eliza,
you,
have you
Uh-huh.
watched it?
I did. Yeah.
How
yeah,
is
yeah.
it?
It's good.
Yeah, I figure it's fun. I really wanna see
hits
it.
all the Bill and Ted notes. You know, it's a lot of nostalgia. I was interested while I was watching it. I was like, do people who aren't me like this?
And also,
'Cause I like it,
someone
but-
we
Yeah.
all know played a part in the production of the film. Dave Klock, who did all the posters for Meltdown.
Yes.
He designed the T-shirt
wow.
that Bill wears, right? It's Bill. Yes. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, Bill. Yeah. That
Can
Bill
I?
wears.
Can I?
yeah. Go. Do it.
I was going to say, can I spoil my favorite detail from it? It
Yes.
just comes really early in
Okay,
it.
yeah, so it's really early, of course.
Do it.
So another person in it is Kristen Shaw.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so she's playing the daughter of the George Carlin character
Oh yeah.
from the
Nice.
first two.
Yeah.
And her name is Kelly,
Okay.
Kelly,
which is
Kelly Carlin.
Yeah,
which is
I love
Carlin's
that.
actual daughter's
Yeah,
name.
and I
Which I
love
was
Kelly.
like, oh, that's a cute little detail. I like that.
I love that too.
It's a real
I'm gonna see it.
tip of the
Yeah,
hat.
see, this
Could I
napkin
see it?
worked,
Can
dude.
I see
This
it?
napkin
This
got
napkin-
us talking about Bill and Ted.
This napkin
Ooh, I
marketing.
wonder if I could show Bill and Ted to my son.
I bet you could.
I think I could.
Is there
He's
anything
11.
crazy?
Oh,
Is there
the
anything-
original one?
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
there anything crazy in this
Yeah.
one or no? Is this one push limits or no? For
No,
like a 12-year-old
no.
man.
This definitely seems like
PG.
you watch it with your family because it's like them and their daughter.
Right.
All right.
Fun
Daughters.
for the
I
whole
love it.
family.
I
Got
loves it.
Okay.
Remember Fun for the Whole Family? Fun for
No.
the Whole Family stopped in like 94.
Fun for the whole family.
Yeah, it was the whole programming block of Sunday nights, right?
Yeah, Fun for the Whole Family.
Stopped with like buffets.
Come to a Circle K. It's fun
Okay,
for the whole
are
family.
buffets going to exist in anywhere
No.
except
No.
in the Midwest anymore?
No,
right?
there will-
Vegas?
it'll-
Vegas,
no.
Dan?
Well, the way they're going to do it is it's a designated server for every single station, like a carving station, but it's going to be that for the wings and the sushi and everything. It's all the
Nothing's
pasta,
ever just going to
the
be
soup.
out to let the savages grab it, right?
Well, one thing I've seen is like having stuff that would have been in a buffet just like bagged up into little
Yes.
baggies, so you don't get to choose the amount,
Right.
but you can like
I'm going
pick
to
your
take
baggie.
I'll take this. So it's like a drug deal. I'll take
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll take an eighth of egg whites.
But here's the deal. Now that we're bringing it back to the Circle K, are the rolling hot dog things going to be gone?
Gone.
Oh,
Gotta
There's
be.
no
I mean,
way-
they should have been gone so long
I
ago.
Thank
know.
you. If
I know.
COVID gets rid of that, then you know what?
When
It's
we-
done.
it's
It's,
a posi-
done its job.
Yeah, it's just a little like roach legs just sticking onto those hot dogs as
Flavor.
it turns.
Oh,
Flavor.
we worked at a snack bar at the Jewish Community Center at the pool. That was our first like full job.
Well, now you're talking snack bar.
That's the sexiest snack bar
Oh my
there
God.
is.
It
A
was
pool
the-
snack bar.
the
That's-
dopest.
ooh.
I know that was my
amazing.
favorite in Rochelle was the one at Spring Lake. But are you guys talking like a frozen whatchamacallits or grilled cheeses? What are we doing?
So we did frozen.
Snickers bar,
Sn-
frozen Three Musketeer, and
Okay.
frozen what was the other one?
No, it was,
Pops?
and Milky Ways.
Milky
Milky
Ways.
Ways. And then we
Popsicles.
did popsicles, fries. We made fries.
Okay.
So we had a fryer
Yeah.
later. We had to learn how to make. We had to get on fries.
That's hot.
which we covered in Lowry season salt.
We did Lowry.
Yes.
Salt.
I got a huge tub of it right here.
Exotic.
It's the best.
You think I'm not from Rochelle,
Oh,
Illinois?
Dan,
I'm
you're-
not shitting. I have an industrial sized
Of
Lowry
course you are.
seasoning.
Eliza, that is Midwest exotic for sure.
I know. Hey, I'm from Virginia. That's Virginia exotic too.
Right?
Yeah, you
got it.
Little Lowry's
Yeah.
up
And
on
we
it.
used to heat up these hot dogs, and there was one hot dog that we
No
just
one ordered, and then it just
we called it Bessie after like a bunch of weeks. 3 weeks we kept
Sat
heating it.
there.
not to get all Westworld. I am watching the show, but it did go into its own loop.
All right, stop. So
This leathery old hot dog that doesn't know whose memories are hers.
Well, it used to be a different hot dog.
Stop.
At the
Right.
beginning.
Randy's like telling the hot dog to take itself offline.
It used to be a less confident, more younger.
All
hot
right,
dog.
so this hot dog would when you turned on the
But the hot
rotator,
dog,
it would stop.
the hot dog
Randy.
owned the entire snack
Stop.
bar.
All right, so this hot dog as soon as you turn on the machine, it would puff out and look like a regular hot dog. As soon as you turned it off, it would shrivel and get so small.
It would
and
become
gross.
Ed Harris. All right.
like a little apple doll.
yeah.
So Circle K guy walks up with a napkin.
Right.
Boom. I'm gonna
Khalil Abdu Habib Rafsanjani
beautiful.
reportedly entered a Circle K at 715 State Road 207 around 1 a.m. Added to the Dumb People Town walking tour.
Yep.
Surveillance video showed him first grabbing a napkin from the hot dog kiosk, then asking the clerk for a pen to borrow. Can I borrow a pen?
Oh,
what do
boy.
you need it for?
I'm just gonna.
Look, you're gonna find out.
Yeah, you'll
Why?
see.
It's a magic
Just
trick.
give me a
Don't
minute.
ruin the surprise.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
If I
it's-
tell you now, it's not going to have the same effect.
Spoiler alert.
Plus, it goes from a class 1 to a class 2 felony. So I can't tell you. Just hold
Jesus. Yeah.
on. He's then seen leaving the business, then re-entering and sliding the clerk the napkin. I love the part where he leaves because
He
he had
leaves.
to go out there. Like, how many drafts did he do? Was he like asking himself, like,
This
do I make money in all caps?
This is the store robbery version of a stand-up comic doing an impression and spinning around and saying, and it goes a little something like this. Spin.
Yeah, I was thinking of it as like a drama student being like, and
Scene.
hello,
Yeah.
Hello.
I am. Hello there, it's me, Mary Toppins.
Right.
You
Like,
know.
you were just in
Um,
here, ma'am.
Ma'am.
No, it's me, Mary Toppins.
No, Mary.
Okay, where'd you get that pen from then? I found it.
All right, fine, it's yours.
Yeah. Way to ruin it. You're more
Thanks a
mad that they
lot.
would have
Yeah.
ruined it.
Way to make me break the fourth wall.
So they leave the business, or he does. Then he re-enters, slides the clerk the napkin. Power move also. I've always wanted, we've all in a deal, just
to
slide
slide it across the table.
Right. I'm going to write a number down
How does
here.
this sound to you?
Mhm.
Can we start doing that more casually in other situations just for the feeling? I guess it would be kind of like douchey if you were ordering at a restaurant or something and you were like, I think you'll find this order very interesting.
Yeah.
And push it across.
Right. Maybe you can work with this. It's just everything.
That's how you
off
leave
of
the
it.
tip for everything.
Just
Come here, I want to talk to you for a second.
It would be really weird.
I like working here.
It would be really weird if you said to a server, like a waiter, if you were like, I'll have, and then you point at it because you know they're going to say to you, the fish tacos, and you just go, like, but don't ever say it. Oh, that would get so weird.
Oh, I would hate that
so-
person.
I know,
so
me
skin
too.
crawly.
I know.
It's
so
like
controlling.
borderline. It's borderline adult baby stuff.
Yes.
It's a little like, I don't want to say it. You
Right.
say it for
You
me.
say it. You do it.
Wipe me. Slides the clerk to the napkin. The clerk repeatedly tried to read the note and was confused. This is
Of course,
my favorite
this
part.
is the Woody Allen.
This is where it becomes a
I have a
sketch.
gub.
Yes.
I don't understand what I have a gub is.
This
No,
is
it
where
says gub.
handwriting is key, or print.
Also, writing
All
on a
caps.
napkin is never easy.
Type it.
Type it.
Type
Type
it.
it on the. If you type it on the napkin, you deserve all the money in there.
Sure.
Or honestly, if that person's reading it, you understand your own handwriting. She had the napkin and the pen to begin with. Just ask her to write it down.
That's
Just
right.
like, here,
That's right.
Here,
take
will you
this
take
down for
a
me.
note for me?
But I
Take this down.
bet you that Khalil is probably one of those types of criminals that somewhere like watched an episode of Matlock or something and was like, if I don't say it, I'm not technically robbing them.
That's right.
So they're
Oh,
like, you
okay.
have, I can't help
It
what
all
you read.
It all matters how you communicate
Right.
the threat.
Possession is 80% of
If I write it in
note.
wingding, it's only a misdemeanor.
So he could have just as easily just done charades then.
that
Right.
would have been great. Works too.
First word.
First word
Sounds like
sounds like ass.
Sounds
Cash.
like throb. Sounds like throb.
throbbing. You're throbbing. You have a throbbing.
Sir, you need to go. Okay,
bobbing.
so
Bobbing. You're bobbing for apples.
Sounds like bzzz.
right. The clerk was reportedly tried to read the note but was confused, which I also love. What do you want to say here, sir? And they're like, mm-mm.
I don't.
When another clerk came by and was also unable to read the note. I
This
love
is
that
so
too.
great.
Brenda, get over here.
Come here.
What
Come here
does
for a
this
sec.
What
say?
if, are we sure that this note didn't just say "I love you" and then he got embarrassed? Was like, "Never mind, I'm trying to rob you. I'm trying to rob you. Never
Oh my
mind."
God.
It never works out for me.
Stop! Don't let her read it. Don't stop.
Just check yes or no.
God.
So the other clerk was also
Will you
unable
give me
to.
all your money? Yes or no?
Right, exactly. You made the decision. I didn't rob you. You checked yes.
You check the
You better
box.
check no.
He makes one of those like things that you
He's-
open up 5
Yes,
times.
yes.
Those little fortune tellers.
Yeah. Or what was the other one?
Pick a number.
Mash.
Pick a letter.
Cootie
Yeah.
catcher.
Yes.
Mhm.
When the other clerk came by, was also unable to read the note. That is when Khalil grabbed the napkin and placed it in his left pocket before exiting the store. So
He
he's-
left again.
Screw all you guys.
Yeah.
You can't. It's not my fault.
You know
won't
what?
wanna Read my
If
writing.
you can't read my writing, then I'm not going to rob you. How do you like that?
I still say this supports my "I love you" theory.
Yeah, it could be an I love
He's
you.
Lot
just
of hurt
so
feelings.
embarrassed. He
Mhm.
put that in his pocket. He had another note in the pocket that said,
Mhm.
"I want to rob you," just in case things didn't go well.
Right.
He walked
You
out.
can do a
called
little David Blaine quick change.
That's right.
Pull out the other
take
note.
a look at that note again.
He walks out, flips
Now
open
what
that
does it
phone,
read?
flips
Yeah.
open that phone, calls his best friend Brad. Is like, "This is why I don't put myself out there."
That's right.
Yeah.
I told you. I
No,
told you.
I did try to be direct. Yeah.
I
It was
did.
their
I did
pen.
smile.
I
wrote
told
it
her.
down.
Well, I didn't tell her. I wrote it.
Okay, I'll take the mystery class on picking up women. Authorities located.
No, I am wearing the boa.
Yes.
It is a conversation starter.
Dude, I negged her 3 times.
Right. I said smile more. I just even hate the joke.
I told her she was the second prettiest girl in the Circle K.
That's right. I gave her a weird
I
compliment.
bet you
that she had
came in
to
to
sort
afford
out.
hot dogs. Authorities located Rafsanjani.
You like working here because that uniform's nicer than your clothes? Jerk.
They located Khalil Rashafani and detained him. While doing so, he told deputies that, quote, he was the one being robbed of a heart.
Yeah.
See, I knew it.
Right.
This is making so much sense now. You are so right.
Eliza's right on.
During the interview, he reportedly made conflicting statements, no kidding, that didn't match the surveillance video, including saying that he did not have a cell phone to call authorities for help while he was the one being robbed. Although deputies then found a phone on him, but no weapons. You got to get way better at robbing and lying.
You know how when you go into a 7-Eleven and the clerk tries to rob you?
Yes.
I mean, how many times has we've seen that happen? It's
It's why I'm scared to go in, but I'm so addicted to Slurpees. I just do it
You
anyway.
can't help it. I know.
You know?
I'm addicted to scratchers. I get it.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
thing-
but I mean, most people call those crabs.
yeah, exactly.
Fair
I was
enough.
gonna say.
Fair enough.
Are you standing too close to the magazines?
Sir, did you try to rob a Circle K? No, they tried to rob me. Why didn't you call us? I don't have a phone. What's in your pocket? My phone. Yeah.
Aww.
Upon investigating, deputies determined that Rafsanjani was attempting a robbery. No kidding. He was arrested and taken to the St. Johns County Jail. We'll get out of here on this. How
I
old?
thought you said St. John's Comedy Jail. And I was like, ooh, we've all been there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You ever do a late night set on Saturday at the St. John's Comedy Jail?
Oh, no, but I've been bumped. Okay.
I've just asked them to commute my sentence.
Okay, you two.
Hey.
Yeah, that is wild.
You made it 22 minutes and 30 seconds about. Give or take the edits.
I only did 15 minutes for good behavior.
20 minutes in. Okay, I'm going to ask the three of you before we get out of here on this. How old is Khalil Abdul Habib Rafsanjani? Now, here's what we know. He's
know
looking for love in all the wrong places.
He's got
Uh-huh.
writing
Got
the
5
note,
names.
left
He
and
doesn't
came back
have
in.
a pen. He needs
He's
confidence
19.
to leave and come
He's
back.
19.
19.
Okay.
Eliza Skinner. Jason
Wow,
Arani.
that's a good guess. Jay, what do you think?
23.
23 years old. from
I
Jason
think he's
Sklar.
38, but emotionally 19. So, because I'm going to agree with you there, but I do think he's 38.
Okay. Before we go to story number 2, take a quick break. I can tell you that Khalil Abdul Habib Rafsanjani is 46 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Things have not gone the way
I
he
didn't know the numbers went that high.
Yeah, no, you can go that high.
Yeah. He's the owner of a lonely heart and 46 years old.
Oh.
That's story number 1, friends.
2 years younger than us.
Yeah.
I need to say that out
Down
loud.
in the books. Down in the books. Eliza Skinner's with us. She's got a new comedy album and another project coming out. We're going to talk about it on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Throw some bedding on a bunch of different mattresses, and yes, fine. They all look alike. The same, of course, goes for pillows, but when you peel away the layers and look at what's inside, you will see that they are not all created equal. We all know that. And that's what makes every purple pillow and mattress unlike anything you've ever slept on. I'm serious. This is amazing technology. The Purple Grid sets the Purple mattress apart from every other mattress. It's patented comfort technology that instantly adapts to your body's natural shape and sleep style with over 1,800 open air channels designed to neutralize body heat. We're sitting here in a heat wave in Los Angeles right now and across this country, and all we want to do is be cool when we sleep. Purple provides a cooling effect other mattresses just cannot replicate. And this cutting edge technology does not stop at the mattresses. Every Purple pillow is engineered with the Grid for total head and neck support and absolute airflow. So you always feel the cool side of the pillow. Purple's proprietary technology has been innovating comfort for over 15 years. I see it. We got a Purple mattress for my daughter, and when she comes in to our bed, I sneak into her bed because I'm actually cooler on that mattress, and I love it, and it's comfortable, and it feels good, and I wake up refreshed. You can try every Purple product risk-free with free shipping and returns. When they offer free shipping and returns, that means they're confident that you're not going to do it. And Purple has financing available as low as 0% APR for qualified customers. Experience the Purple Grid and you'll sleep like never before. Go to purple.com/DPT10 and use the promo code DPT10. For a limited time, you get 10% off any order of $200 or more. That's purple.com/DPT10. Promo code DPT10 for 10% off any order of $200 or more. Terms apply. Get that great night of sleep and stay cool, kiddos, with Purple.
Support for this podcast comes from Microsoft Teams. Now, there are more ways to be a team with Microsoft Teams. Bring everyone together in one space with a new virtual room. Collaborate live, drawing, sharing, and building ideas with everyone on the same page. And make sure more of your team is seen and heard with up to 49 people on screen at once. Learn more about all the newest Teams features at Microsoft.com/Teams.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We've got Eliza Skinner with us. Before we get into her projects, we have a couple things we want to announce on our end. Number one, we have tickets still available. Not many left.
Yeah, when this drops. So we're recording this on a Thursday, and next Tuesday when this drops, my guess is we'll be close to 400 tickets sold for this
About
live
100 tickets left.
Yeah, live Dumb People Town with Mike Birbiglia and Mike Doty. And that's at eventbrite.com. Look up Live Dumb People Town. It's with the Nowhere Comedy Club, September 26th. So it's only a couple weeks away. Get your tickets now.
It's so much fun. The Gaffigan one we did was fun. Eliza's done a live one with us.
We had Gaffigan on it, and then the next week he just went off. Like, who knows what could happen to Birbiglia? Eliza has done a live one with us, and she was never the same afterwards.
No, it changed you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You've done
went and
every
lived in the
form.
forest for a while.
Yeah.
Eliza,
I had
think-
to do a lot of thinking and rebuilding.
I think the episode you did was at Moon Tower
With John Glazer.
and John Glazer, and we had a Greenlee, and that is the one where someone in the audience read a Greenlee with the lyrics to the thong song in it.
And he wrote, remember that? He wrote two full verses of the thong song.
And then we had to guess whether or not he really did that.
a
or not.
journalist.
She did the
Oh,
Greenlee.
yeah.
That was so good. But you've done every version of our show. You did it in studio with us. You're now doing it on Zoom with us. You did it live with us. And we're just such big fans of you and the stuff you have going on. But I'm very excited to hear about this Disney Plus show and your album. So tell us.
Thank you. And likewise, big fans of you guys.
Thank you.
buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, what's going on with me? Okay. So my Disney Plus show is called Earth to Ned,
Mhm.
Earth to Ned. And it's a late night talk show hosted by an alien, a big animatronic alien built by the Jim Henson Company.
Hilarious.
Yeah. And we had like real human guests on. These aliens came here to destroy the earth. And then when they got here, they found our TV and movies and were like, what? I want to be a part of this.
They got
this is so much fun.
distracted. I loved it. Who thought of it? And are you sidekick on the show or what are you doing on the
No,
show?
I was the head writer.
Oh, yes.
It's my show.
Oh,
yeah.
This is your show. What a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. They had the concept. They developed a couple of producers from Marwar Productions and Brian Henson, and then they hired me to fill in everything besides aliens hosting late night show.
That's
awesome.
great. Do you get to do anything on it?
yeah.
Do you appear on it?
I do actually.
Yay.
I got to play a puppet on our comedy episode. So each episode, they're trying to learn about humans
I love it.
from these celebrities that they bring on. They would just learn about human culture. And so on our comedy episode, they're learning about different types of comedy.
Mhm.
And at one point they learn about roasting, and there's a little roaster toaster. That's a robot shaped like a toaster,
Of course.
but it only delivers roast jokes.
Phenomenal.
Perfect.
Phenomenal.
And I am the voice of the roaster toaster.
Yes, toaster.
That's
Oh.
so cool.
Yeah.
So who is
Yeah.
this? What age is this designed for? Like, would you say?
Well, it's designed. I mean, initially it was for adults,
Right.
and then they were like, "There's puppets, so kids are going to want to be in the room.
Mhm.
The kids are going to want to watch this."
Right.
So then it was like, "It's for families." Then it was like, "It's for kids, but adults can be in the room also." So it's kind of slid around. In our from showing it to people, it tests the best with dads and tweens.
Oh, cool.
Dude, I
So-
cannot
So I
wait.
am a dad and I have a tween.
Yes.
I cannot wait to
Perfect.
watch this.
My kids are going to love this.
Say the name again so people know.
Earth to Ned.
Earth to
Disney
Ned.
Plus.
Disney
Yes.
Plus. Watch it.
We're gonna
we
check
need
it out.
you great content like this. And in that same vein, we always tell people where to go to get good comedy. Tell us about your new album.
My new album is called Regarding My Lovers,
Mhm.
and it's
Yeah.
comedy about my dating life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 10 tracks of stand-up recorded in front of an audience in Vermont long ago before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And then 5 original songs that I recorded in a studio.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
dude. So did you record it at the Vermont Comedy Club in Burlington?
I did.
God,
Yeah.
I'm so mad. We were like set to go there in May and had
Oh,
to
no.
like postpone it. And I hope that place is
Maybe you'll get to go there in May.
Next May.
Yeah,
May.
I'm saying like
maybe. I
Maybe.
mean, I don't know, but I just heard wonderful things about that club and just how
I hope
really
it
intimate, and
survives.
I hope it survives. But I'm sure you had a
Yeah,
blast.
it's nice. The people who run it really care about comedy and they get excited about the comics that come through, which makes it easy for them to get their audience and
Yeah, it
community excited about them.
Have you ever done the Comedy Attic in Bloomington, Indiana?
No, but I've heard the same thing about them.
Feels very similar. I think it's
Mhm.
about the like 160, 180 people. It's intimate and awesome, and it's great towns, both college towns, really cool schools. That's amazing. And then where'd you record the songs? Just in a studio or on your own?
In a couple of studios with the guys that I wrote the music with. They have their little home studios.
Sure. Yes.
Nice.
So mostly that. But yeah, my friends Tim and Steve,
Nice.
Tim Young and Steve Scalducci. So
I love
yeah.
it. And so that's out now. Is it available wherever you get records and stuff, and iTunes and all that stuff?
all that stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. Regarding my lovers.
Did you set out to make it that initially? Like, did you have the plan? No, you put together your material and you're like, okay, this is what it's about.
Yeah, but well, first of all, it's kind of a reflection of my whole comedy career where I'm like, oh, I can do this music stuff, but that's not real comedy. I should just do jokes with
Yeah.
just me and a stool and a microphone. And so that's what I recorded. And yeah, I noticed that I had a lot of material about dating because that's what I think about a lot.
Yeah. Sure.
And then as I was waiting to put it out, people kept asking me if there was music on it. And I was like, no, it's a comedy album. And then I was like, wait, maybe I'm being stupid. Why don't I put on the little extra thing that I do that makes me a little bit different?
Yeah,
Sure.
so
So-
smart. So smart. Well,
Can't wait to hear it.
Can't wait to hear it. Can't wait to download it. Can't wait to rate it and review it. And all of our fans, you should go check it out too. If you want to, everybody's always asking us, what are you guys listening to? What new comedy do you have? This is it. Go out and get it right now.
Dude, easy.
Thank you.
Easy.
All right, should we jump into another story?
You ready, guys?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay, this was sent in by Andy Greenberg at Andy the G, just like
do
it
it,
sounds,
dude.
ANDY. This is crazy. A Newark woman went for a long ride under the city of Passaic during Monday's flash flood. This is back in early July.
Under the city
Under
of
the
Passaic.
city of
which is an alt of Little Mermaid called Under the City.
Under the Sea.
I thought
Under the City of Passaic
was a Diane Lane sequel to Under a Tuscan Sun.
Under the City of Passaic.
I thought Under the City of Passaic was the lost Bruce Springsteen album.
That works too.
I think it just sounds like a polite way of saying the sewers, right?
Yes, it is. That's 100% what it is.
Wait, Dan, she drove?
No, she didn't drive.
Okay.
Hold on.
What is going
Right.
Under the City of Passaic.
This happened during the
There,
flash
there.
flood, so it would have been like the first week of July. She survived the ordeal after being shot out of the sewers into the Passaic River, a result authorities referred to as miraculous.
She got shot out of the sewer into the.
It's like Raising Arizona, where they're like birthed out of the shit river.
right?
Here's
It's like
what happened.
those salmon cannons.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly what it's like.
That's who she
Natalia Bruno, great name.
Natalia Bruno is like, that is Sopranos to the hilt.
Or
That's
like
my brand of spaghetti sauce.
Natalia
Yeah,
Bruno? Do you like
Very
Yeah.
good.
do you like the three
Yeah.
cheese? You like the three cheese,
I
Natalia
like the
Bruno?
vodka sauce,
Vodka
but
sauce is good.
yeah. I put more cheese in it. Though.
Got it. I understand.
Smart.
Natalia Bruno, a driver for DoorDash. I'm going to guess not anymore.
Where's my order? Where's my freaking order?
Yeah, she's under the city. Meanwhile, somebody's like, this place Like, is
I
just
ordered
complaining.
one cheese. Hey, I ordered a stromboli.
Also, imagine if you're
No, she shows up with the wet bag, like, I've got it.
She's
Here's
doused.
your order.
What about like that? Wouldn't that be crazy? Because if you're watching the driver on the app, they're like, it says she's here. Like she's
says she's,
literally
right
going
underneath
through
us.
our house.
Could she be
It's
in-
like it's like when you're at LAX and you get on the wrong thing, so you're downstairs instead of upstairs.
Yes.
You're at arrivals instead of departures.
Yes.
She's like, how do I drop this
Where
off?
do
Why
I
am I
go?
under their
Right.
house?
I'm confused.
Okay. So she was driving for DoorDash. She was in Passaic on Monday afternoon when she attempted
More like door splash.
There you
Folks,
go. Okay.
And we'll be right back.
At
And we'll
Sklar
be right
Brothers.
back.
Where are you guys going?
Yeah, stay here with that one.
Earth to Ned.
Okay.
Earth to Ned,
Ooh.
stop making that joke.
Okay.
She was in Passaic on Monday afternoon when she attempted to drive through deep water near High Street and Benson. The fact that the intersection is Benson and High,
That's a stroke of genius.
That's a
right
hat
there.
on a hat.
Getting
right there.
Benson with high.
Right.
Jeez.
But
Um,
don't attempt. I don't care if it's going to take you 5 more minutes.
That's a cap on a vape
There you go.
That's a cap on a vape.
instead of a hat on a hat.
Yeah.
Don't attempt to drive through deep water ever.
Ever.
So now is not the time.
That's that country song.
Don't attempt.
Yeah. Right.
Don't
Don't
attempt.
attempt to drive through deep water.
Exactly.
And deep water's pulling you down.
Yes.
Perfect.
Don't attempt.
She tried to drive through at High and Benson's intersection streets.
Crazy.
She tried to drive through, said Passaic Fire Chief Patrick Trentacost.
There's no
He's
way.
his own religion.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
a
he's a
member of the
Pentecostal.
Pentecostal church.
He's
course
a
you are.
Pentecostal.
Yeah.
This is what
Yeah, he can't have Halloween.
he cannot. No, he can't.
Not at all.
Or an ambulance. Take
Oh
care
yeah,
of
he does not allow any medicine.
He's a 6th-day Adventist. Hey, here's the thing. I tell my kids now, I'm like, when they want to jump off something high, I'm like, think about it. Because if you go down, we're not going to the emergency room.
Yeah.
You're going to have to walk it off.
Is that true? Is that true? If they break an arm, you're like, your fault. Bye.
I'm like, why? Let's not do the risky, crazy thing during COVID.
You know, every
'Cause I
couple
don't
of
think we
years-
need to go into the
Oh,
hospital
yeah.
today.
I'm constantly scared of some sort of at-home
Accident.
injury.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we
I
don't-
I got a paper cut not a paper cut. I used just like a regular knife, like not a butter knife or not a steak knife, the thing that's in between,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was trying to cut some cold butter
Uh-huh.
Sure.
and just sawed into my finger
Ooh,
Aye,
with
aye,
that.
aye.
And so we know that's a gross cut with
Yeah.
a lot of blood. And I was like, we'll make it work. You don't go to a hospital now.
Your hand is like up for the next 3 days above your head.
No,
Right.
yes, that is our
Yeah.
attitude.
Because you know that every like couple of years in the Ozarks, someone will jump off a bridge or a cliff and land in rebar. Like that
Oh,
happens
God.
like all the time,
Jesus.
especially by the bridge. I know. Okay, so
So she's like, I'm just going to go through this deep water.
right,
I don't
she
care.
drives to
What's
deep
the
water.
worst that could happen? I'm gonna
powerful
end up in the
storm.
sewer and get spit out.
Ripped through New Jersey on Monday afternoon, leaving thousands of homes without power and cars trapped across the northern part of the state. Bruno's car began to fill up with water and
Oh my
float
God.
as the tide moved it toward a large viaduct opening. So she's now watching her car. She's in it and it's floating towards a viaduct opening.
Filling up with what? This is like a scary ass movie.
Fearing the inevitable. That's which is
I don't think
basically-
she
which is
knows what the
basically
inevitable
end of Avengers.
Or not
Endgame.
fearing it enough.
That's
right.
She
Bruno escaped her car, but the current pulled her with the vehicle into a brook that runs below the city.
Oh my God. Meaning toilet water, right?
Right.
Shit water.
Yeah, that's
Right.
like I feel like you know when you see a sewer like the by the side of the road,
Yes.
and it looks like it's big, and you're like, I could fall down there, and then you're like, no, I could, no, I'm not going to do that.
This is
This is the nightmare version.
I'm sharing
where
this with you,
it
Eliza.
happened.
This is what she got. Her car got pulled down towards, and then
Oh
she's
my
watching herself. But this is calm water. This
Yeah,
isn't like, this isn't on that day.
This
On
is
that day,
rushing.
this was raging.
Oh my
This
God.
was essentially a ride at Action Park in
Right.
New Jersey.
This
See,
is
raging
the-
waters, Dan.
Yeah.
This is Splash Mountain.
Have you guys, have any
This
of
is-
you watched that documentary, by the way?
No, I was
Honestly?
trying to watch it this morning, and I don't have HBO Max. You know how everybody's been
Yes.
like, you do. No, because I've got a Roku and a Fire Stick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
and
it's not on
those-
HBO Max is not on Roku.
Nope.
And
not on Fire Stick.
they
I have
did,
that.
if you had a cable provider for the first month, you could access HBO Max. And then they did like some overlap time. But no, it's only on HBO Max. Allison Becker is in it. Chris Gethard is also in it.
What is it?
It's called Class Action Park is what it's called. It's about that theme, that water
Action
park.
Park.
Yeah, Action Park.
with all those accidents.
Johnny
They-
Pemberton and Johnny Knoxville were in that movie.
Right.
It's insane. The
No, it's
documentary.
insane. Yeah, my
Yeah.
son used to like look up on the most dangerous water slides in America.
Oh,
and
it's
there
on
were
all
like
of them.
5 of them.
This
there.
feels like that.
So that's the thing. We'll put this on the Facebook page. That's what she is careening towards.
Oh my
tries
God.
to get out of her
This
car.
is the outside version of the nightmare of being sucked into your toilet coming
yes,
true.
100%.
totally.
That's it.
100%.
This is like,
And New
I'm not
Jersey.
going to really worry about it. Oh, no, wait. No, I should.
Yeah.
Right.
What is-
So she gets out of her car. Then her and the car, because she can't get away from it, are
Gets
now
sucked
hurling
in.
towards this viaduct, about to go into a river that runs under the city.
Is she thinking I'm going to
sewers.
die?
How fast do you guys think the water was traveling?
Ooh.
How many miles per hour that she could not, when she got out, she did not have a chance?
Had to be like 4 or 5 miles an hour.
Okay.
Jay,
I think 20 miles an hour.
20 from Jay.
I think 12 miles an hour.
According to Trentacost, police officer Trentacost,
That's right.
who also has the quote, "When it floods, which is the most Ivan
that
Drago.
his thing?
Yes.
When it floods, it
When
floods.
it floods, it floods. The
Hey,
water.
man, when it rains, it rains.
I know.
No, is
I
that right?
think it's a different.
Well, when it,
When it pours, it
rains.
pours.
Yeah.
when it pours, it's raining.
When it floods because the water was traveling at 30 miles per hour.
Oh my!
You don't have a
my
chance.
God.
Oh, okay. So she really didn't. I was thinking this might be one of those, another one of your gotchas.
No, she really
Where
didn't. The only thing
she could have, but-
the only thing she could have is not drive into a lot of standing water.
This is like
That was her.
Don't drive into standing water.
Natalia continued on in the rushing water until it reached its outlet above the Passaic River near Brook Avenue. When the fire department arrived, this was already over. That's how fast it was, Officer Trentacost said. Rutherford Police Chief John Russo, said the
Russo.
woman was shot out into the river, like
That-
literally, like you were saying, the trout cannon.
the salmon cannon
Yeah, salmon
shooting you
cannon.
out.
Arms down by her side.
Of course,
Yeah.
she
like
knew what to
proudly
do.
looking ahead.
Yeah, she stuck it. She then swam to the other side of the river and climbed out onto the borough's banks into a backyard. Imagine that person.
Imagine the person who's watching this.
Right. And she
Get
still
shot.
has a bag of Panera like in her hand.
Right.
Is it yours? Is it your did you want the Fontana chicken?
Who ordered this soup in a bread bowl?
A homo.
Sorry, this is how they gave it to me. I
Right.
swear.
Yeah. Right. I didn't have your extra sauce. I'll go back.
Through tears.
No,
Dan?
she came out of that changed, like she had done a live Dumb People Town.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
That's right. She'll never be
I
the
know
same.
the feeling.
That's right.
We shot you out of that salmon cannon.
She probably went on
Same
Twitter
thing.
and just started just loading into Trump and everything. She went the Gaffigan route. A homeowner called an ambulance. So that person was like, hold still, which took Natalia to St. Mary's General Hospital in Passaic or St. Mary's Comedy House.
Yeah.
However, Russo's report did not say she appeared physically injured, which is the miraculous. You
That
just
is
went, like, with your
miraculous.
car through the sewer.
You went with your car through this like aqueduct and then get shot into the Passaic River.
She
That's
was
insane.
stunned, Russo said. She was out of it in shock. She really didn't know what happened to her. As of writing this, the car is still in the canal below the street service. I'm now going to share this.
And late at night, sometimes children still hear it
Yes.
honking and driving.
To me, I feel like it is definitely haunted, right? It's
Oh,
haunted.
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's fine. Hold
This is looking down from a manhole
Wow.
cover at the car.
Oh my God.
So they just have to wait until it floods again.
I guess
It's
so.
probably stuck down there, right? Like, how do you
That's what
get
I'm
a
saying.
car
Once it-
out of the sewer?
No,
That's going to be there forever.
That sounds like a setup for a joke.
you get a car. So how many alligators does it take to
Leave the
get
door open.
Yeah.
Put out a plate of peanuts. I don't know what it means.
I don't know what it means either.
It works. It works.
So good.
Okay, so
Put out a plate.
plate, not a bowl. That's why it's a great joke.
Plate of-
That's why you need to go listen to her album because it's not
So
a
they
bowl.
look real lonely. They look lonely on
Scattered.
a plate.
You want scattered
Sparse.
nuts.
Sparsely.
That's too many people. Take 3 off.
Take 3 off. It looks
too
too
many.
full. They look too excited.
Um,
Eliza Skinner, don't let the peanuts look excited.
Police Chief John Russo said that he was not aware of her current condition or whether she'd been discharged from the hospital as of Tuesday afternoon.
All I know is DoorDash better pay for this woman's medical.
DoorDash confirmed that she is a contractor, although she's probably like, no, I quit.
Yeah, exactly.
Quote, we've reached out to the Dasher. Also, she's like, just please call me Natalia.
Yeah.
We don't need to stick on brand for your
don't need to
concern.
be called a Dasher.
They
the
offered,
name recognition helps us. We do prefer to use that.
Right, thanks.
Any publicity is good publicity.
They reached out to offer support during her recovery. Read a statement which added it will offer Bruno occupational insurance to help pay her medical bills as well as financial assistance.
Okay, I'm with you, DoorDash.
I'm going to ask you guys before we get out of this. How far did she travel in the sewers before being shot out into the Passaic River?
Now remember, she's going 30 miles an hour. So
With the car under the city in a flood.
So how long do you think she was in this thing?
Half a mile.
Half a mile.
This is like the opening set piece to Ratatouille. I'm just saying.
I think this is like the opening set piece to The Fugitive too.
Exactly.
I'm going to say 4
I'm
miles.
thinking it's like halfway through Finding Dory.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to say
Finding Dory Dash. All right. So
At Sklar Brothers.
what's wrong? She liked that.
What did
All
you
right.
say? What did you say?
Dan, put the fucking peanuts on the plate and enjoy
4
it.
miles. Take
Thank
3
you.
off. There's
Four-
too many
if
peanuts
you-
on it.
Okay, go ahead. 4 miles is so long. I'm not saying you aren't right, but if it's 4 miles,
I'm
think
saying
it's
4 miles.
that is you have time to take inventory of your life.
No,
Say 4
you
miles.
If
don't.
it's 4 miles, you need to start using that as public transit.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. If it's
Like,
4 miles, you're bored.
that's just an
at a
option.
certain
You can
point.
take the
8
tube.
minutes.
Right.
That's 8 minutes.
I think it was 2 miles.
2 miles. Okay.
Half mile, 2 miles, 4 miles.
Natalia Bruno,
Oh God.
who went on the ride of her life
Yes, she did. Thunder Mountain.
in the sewers of Passaic
That's a different story.
Sorry.
before being shot out into
Staying
a
on
river,
topic.
was under the city with Flounder and Sebastian
Oh God.
for 1 mile.
Oh.
Good call, Eliza Skinner.
Nicely
Yeah.
done.
Yay, I'm
You
going to
win.
the showcase showdown.
You
Showdown.
Showdown. I love a good showdown.
Yeah, probably getting spit out into the ocean.
It is.
No, it's
It
on
is
the
New
Jersey
Jersey.
Shore.
It's down the shore down. All
Yeah.
right. All right. There you go. That's story number 2. All right. When we come back on story number 3, we are going to hear Eliza's crazy, like Instagram
Neighbor
story,
Yeah.
neighbor story, and it may be our third story. So you want to stick around and hear it. This is Dumb People Town with Eliza Skinner.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
For real, I'm going to ask you guys this. When is the last time you got rewarded for brushing your teeth? When you were 6? When you were 7? Well, with Quip's new smart electric toothbrush, Good Habits can earn you great perks like free products, gift cards, and more. You've heard us talk about Quip endlessly. We love it. My kids have it. Randy's kids have it. My wife has it. Dan's got it. We all are using it, and we're loving it. And now they just made it better. There's something brand new that rewards you and your mouth. The Quip Smart Brush for adults and for kids connects to the Quip app with Bluetooth. Track when and how well you brush, get tips and coaching on how to improve your habits, earn points for daily brushing and bonus points for competing for challenges like streaks, redeem your rewards for free products, gift cards, and discounts from Quip and partners. Man, this is so easy. If you already have a Quip, which I hope you do, you can upgrade it with a smart motor and keep the features you know and love. Sensitive sonic vibrations every 30 seconds for a 2-minute thing. It's slim, it's lightweight, it's sleek, it's easy. It's not a bulky, doesn't have a huge base and all that stuff. I love it. I love the design. I use it every day. My brushing habits have increased with it. So I'm excited to see. I ordered the motor, and as soon as it comes, I'm putting it into practice. And I'm going to see what I win on it. And let us know. Let us know how you guys do. Quip, it has everything you need to build a complete routine. And now, like, this is the thing with little incentives, like, you know, all these little incentives I have in my life for exercising, completing my exercise rings. Well, they don't give me products for that. I can't win things for that. Quip has a way for you to win things. Plus, you can get toothbrush head, toothpaste refills every 3 months. They send it to you without you worrying about it. That's why your toothbrush always feels like it's new. Join over 5 million mouths that use Quip. Save hundreds compared to other Bluetooth brushes when you get a Quip smart brush for just $45. Start getting rewards for brushing your teeth today and go to getquip.com/DPT right now and get your first refill for free. That's your first refill for free at getquip.com/DPT. That's spelled GETQUIP.com/DPT. Do it, guys. Now is the time in this quarantine to take care of yourselves, and you can do it and win rewards too with the Smart Brush. I love this. Quip, better oral health made simple and rewarding.
Support for this podcast comes from State Farm. With surprisingly great rates, State Farm is the real deal when it comes to home and car insurance. State Farm agents are in your neighborhood, ready to help personalize your insurance. And you can manage your coverage, pay your bill, or even file a claim right from your phone with the State Farm mobile app. Visit statefarm.com today to get a great rate without sacrificing great service. That's statefarm.com. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Want to remind people two things. Randy and I have a daily podcast,
Yeah,
or a
you
few
do.
things. We have a daily podcast called Scarborough
You also
Country.
have a great Instagram feed that highlights that daily podcast.
Yeah, so follow us on Instagram. We're at Sklar Brothers. Follow Eliza Skinner. She takes phenomenal pictures of her in masks about to walk her dog on a daily basis. And I love it so much. It makes me so happy. I'm like, okay. It's almost like I check my kids. Are they okay?
Right.
We do this right here. That okay? I check to see if Eliza's taking the dog out for a walk. She is. How's
She's
the mask
okay.
look? Looks great. Okay, moving
So
on.
follow her, follow Daniel as well. But our podcast is Scarborough Country, the virus edition. It's growing, which is really exciting. We've been doing it daily for now 6 months.
Yeah.
And it's really, we've never done a daily before. And it's really a lot of work, but it's really been fun. Dan has a nightly show.
The Good Night Show.
The Good Night Show.
Plus, I have the Game Night Show. There's 3 dates this month. You could play bingo with me. You could play Jackbox and also camp games. And Rory and I have a live Pen Pals on the 25th of September too. So people can spend a whole weekend hanging with us.
Dan, and then with us the next night, you
Yeah.
got Dumbbell Town. And then in October, Randy and I are talking about doing a live Cheap Seats, perhaps on Nowhere Comedy Club.
You should.
A brand new episode, never seen before, new jokes that we write, a whole thing. So that could be super exciting.
All right, let's get into the story because Jay, you saw it. You came across it and you
So,
were just like, what in the world is happening?
So not only did I see it, but like it wasn't you just telling a crazy story of something that had happened the night before. You could hear it.
And you were in it.
Please explain what happened.
So the way that my street works, it's like a little canyon. So the acoustics are bananas.
Right.
When people across the street do something, it sounds like it's and I'm on my porch, I can hear it crystal clear. But the worst part is that my next door neighbor, one of the units in the building next door, they have an outside porch close to my bedroom windows. Not that close, but close
enough.
Somehow, much like this tube in New Jersey, it like shoots the sound straight into my window.
Salmon Canyon.
Yes,
Salmon Canyon.
Salmon Canyon is what we should call where you live.
Your little
so up in Salmon Canyon, and Salmon Diane Canyon. No, just Salmon Canyon.
perfect.
I love it.
Is it a cream? It's the cream colored pantsuit of living situations.
Okay.
It does say that on my door. I hadn't ever thought about. That's why. So I have these neighbors who have just been awful since they moved in. Like nobody really knows them. They sit outside and smoke cigarettes.
Yep.
Like gross teens.
Yeah.
All night and day. And the problem with that is that that's also where my laundry goes.
Oh,
so like
God damn
that's
it.
clean clothes that smell like they work in a bar in 2000.
Yeah.
Love those menthol dryer sheets.
Yeah. So, and they'll stay up late, like cool teens again, fighting and talking. And like a lot of times they stay up late talking about how good they are at business, which is getting drunker and drunker. And they're like, no, you know what? You just have to optimize. I know. No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying when you didn't know, you needed to know, but now you do. Yeah, exactly. And I can't tell if it's just two of them or like if they have guests sometimes.
If you measure it, you can manage it. If you manage it, you can maximize
it. Exactly. And so sometimes I'm like, are they staying up late to do like business calls internationally while they're drunk or something? What is happening?
They're part of the Nexium cult.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Don't even get me.
So sometimes I'll go out there and be like, hey, it's kind of late and I can hear you in my house. Could you, could you keep down a little or go inside? And at first they were like, okay, sorry. And then they just started not responding at all.
Oh,
and the night that I went out there with my phone, like when they're really having a great time, they'll be like singing drunkenly at 4 or 5 in the morning.
4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
You should be able to hit them.
I went out and was like, hey, can you please stop? Please. Like the asking nice before hadn't worked. So I was like, maybe be a little bit more forceful.
Direct.
And it was just the woman in the couple was out there that time. And I think I incited her by being a little direct.
Yeah.
Cause she started singing louder and louder. And so I was like, how do I make this stop? And I started live streaming it. I'm like, what do I do? What am I? Oh, and this also was like at the beginning of, like the very active Black Lives Matter, protests in LA.
End of May, beginning of June. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I also was like, okay, I don't want to call the cops on them.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think there's a racial component, but I still am not like hot to call the cops on anybody right now.
Exactly.
So I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And I started recording her singing and then playing it back for her. Because I was like at one point I was like, please stop singing. And she's like, I'm not. And I'm like,
I'm not.
I started playing it and I was like, this is going to shame her.
Yeah.
She started singing along with herself. She was like,
God.
my favorite jam, Secure Yourself to Heaven. Because also it was all Indigo Girls.
Oh my God.
I'm in love with your ghost.
Yep.
Galileo's hand was on the block.
Yeah.
We're going many
So yeah, and
deep.
I finally stopped taping when she was audibly barfing. And I was like, no, it's just sad. This is sad.
Oddly
I don't want
though-
to record
Oddly
someone
though, that's her
barfing.
favorite song.
That's her karaoke.
That's hammering a nail.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Was that
That's 7 years.
was that for the Indigo Girls live at Red Rocks?
Yep. Yeah, it was Bury My Heart at Wounded. Blech. It was a cover.
Jesus Christ! So you played it back for her, and she still didn't.
And she upped the ante. So how do
She
you
upped
get out
the
of
ante.
this? How do you fight it?
Well, I eventually, like the next time it happened, I was like, okay, let's go back to basics and go back to asking as nice as possible. And I just went out and was like, hey, I can hear you in my house. It's kind of loud. Didn't even say, could you be quiet or could you go inside? No, didn't offer them a solution. Just was like, I can hear you in my house. And they chilled out.
No way.
Like,
What?
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, maybe this works. But also I think maybe they're like quarantining someplace else now.
Yeah,
Really?
they're probably
So-
gone. You're like, maybe
Yeah. Because nobody ever sees them.
That's right.
And there are people who live above them. So if I can hear them,
Right.
Yeah,
these
what are
people
they
must
doing?
be here.
What
Well,
are the
they've
people
lived there for a
above?
really long time and have low rent. And so they're scared of calling their landlord and having them be like, oh shit, we forgot you lived there. You need to pay us more money every month.
Yeah, you guys,
Oh,
we're
that's
gonna
so
up
funny.
your. Oh my, I can't believe because like there's really not. One time when my wife lived in the Lower East Side when we were just dating in New York, she lived in her window to her bedroom went like out into like a sort of opening where a bunch of different apartments like opened up in there.
Or like
And
a
this is-
courtyard kind of thing.
Very rear view feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
This is how old I am. Someone at 2 a.m. was typing like on a typewriter that like you could hear through the entire like
Echoing off all those buildings.
off everything. And it's 2 a.m. and I just want to get some sleep. And I was like, you gotta, I said to my then at the time girlfriend, I was like, you gotta do something. And she just like stood up on her bed and out her window was like, would you please stop typing? And you just heard, and then that was it. That was it.
Yeah, that was the thing that really kept baffling me because this would happen. I mean, it would happen multiple times a week. And I was like, if anybody ever told me that I was so loud I was disturbing someone and I didn't know it, I would be mortified. Let alone if there were people that I lived around that I would be like, oh, now when my house gets set on fire, I'm not going to be able to wait for the fire people in your living room.
Right.
That's where I go to.
No, but I mean,
no,
that's-
I'm the same way.
It's crazy because that is a certain level of like, also we're all home nowadays. So be cooler because there's just people are around more. Like you can't do that because you got to be more respectful. It just shows a tremendous lack of respect. I mean, I wish they would have been singing something good. You know what I mean? Like that's the
Yes.
other.
Hey,
lack
some of
of
they did some like early tracks that were okay.
Okay,
She did
all
some-
right, all
but yeah,
right.
when it was like newer stuff, I'm like, you know what? I
Yeah, I
haven't.
can't.
I'm not
I'm
into
out.
this.
I'm
as
out. I
much.
don't want to hear their experimental.
You
Go
should
sing
stuff.
the encores.
Uh-huh.
You should send the
Just the
videos
hits.
to the Indigo Girls.
Oh my God! You should send the videos.
This is what you did.
Yeah.
Look at what you created.
You owe me an apology.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
And-
some people online were like, "This is really sad," and I'm like, she's loving it. Is the
Yeah.
problem? She's
Yeah.
not like
Right.
weeping, singing. She is like living for the
Right.
stars.
I'm not
singing
shaming her. If you ask her, I'm glorifying her.
It's only sad for you. It's sad because you don't have an easy solution. That's
Yeah.
who it's sad for.
Oh, that's a
Fascinating.
great-
fascinating
that's a good-
story.
There you go. That's the third story.
Love it.
I love it.
Love it.
We
Really?
started
Nobody
out.
stole a go-kart or anything.
No, that's
fine.
even better. I
no,
like
but they
it.
stole my heart.
How great would it be
Aw.
if at the very end of that story, David Blaine knocks on your door and is like, "Would you like me to remove these people?" And then
Right.
boom, they disappear.
What?
Yeah.
He's
This was all a setup.
Oh,
He
God.
Pay
started
no
with
attention to
Dan
my
and
topless
Carmel.
girlfriend.
He started with Dan and Carmel, and then he finished it off with you
Hilarious.
in
I mean-
Salmon Canyon.
I would want so badly if David Blaine ever approached me
Yeah.
and asked me to pick a card, I would want so badly to big time him and be like, I'd rather not. But I do love magic.
I know. Yo,
So
you
I'd be
go
like,
along. Trust me, you go along.
If David Blaine asked me to pick a card, I would say your American Express card.
I'll take that one.
I'll take that one.
That's so funny.
All right, so Earth.
Do you have Diners Club?
I bet he does, or Discover. I bet he
Yeah.
only uses Discover.
Sure.
He's just got a pocket full of other people's credit cards that
And
he's stolen but
watches.
never
Yeah.
uses. It's just
Right.
a power move.
Yeah, it's just to get it. It's not about using it. It's just about the getting it, just so
having it.
people have to cancel. Like, wait, all these people are canceling, and you just hear American Express. Did you just see David Blaine do music? Yes, I did.
Yeah, as a
It's
matter
like-
of fact, I did. It was pretty amazing.
he's not going to use
Why?
it, but it's a good idea to cancel it anyway.
I would just cancel.
Because we don't know if he's going to cut them up. Because what happens is David Blaine cuts up the cards and then he puts them in his pocket and he pulls them out and they're back,
back
And they're
together
full
together
again.
God
Yeah, it
damn
doesn't matter.
He can't
So I'm
stop
sorry.
doing tricks. All right, so the show is Earth to Ned and it's on Disney Plus, and I can't wait to see it. And
It's
I
already
can't wait.
premiered. I want to make sure I have it. It's out and everything.
Yeah,
Okay, awesome.
September 4th it premiered.
Oh,
I
hell
love
yeah.
it. My
Yay.
kids are going to love this show, and I love it.
Can't
and
wait.
your album, so that people can get it one more time.
Regarding my lovers.
That's it.
Regarding my lovers, Eliza Skinner, we love having you on this show so much, and I love that you're a friend of this show. Always open
Likewise.
invite. I love it.
Yay. I love hanging out with you guys.
Thanks,
it's real
man.
fun.
It's the best. It actually makes us feel good in this crazy ass time. And oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Scarpins Avenue.
A podcast network.